My name is Ramon,
My name is Ben.
and we are going to be talking about our Cadbury's Boost Bar adverts. An aim of our advert was mainly to create some awareness of the already existing product, Cadbury's Boost Bar. Mainly as this would help increase the sales of that particular product, as it is our ad campaign's advertised product. This is shown by the pack shot we used in our TV advert, as it clearly demonstrates to the viewer what the product being advertised is. The reason the way we advertise the Boost Bar may appeal to the audience is because of the humorous tone of the overall advert has, and by humouring the audience, it results in the audience being much more interested in the product being advertised as they are enjoying the advert.
There was specific key messages in our advert, and the overall key message of our advert was that the Boost Bar gives you energy, and we conveyed this through the idea of our actor Ramon eating the Boost Bar, and then when he eats the Boost Bar he runs really fast. And the reason this will show or make the viewer associate with energy is because they will associate running fast with high energy, as well as humour them, because the advert has an overall comedic effect to it displayed throughout it. The comedy of the advert allows the viewer to appeal to the advert much more, as they actually enjoy the advert, and it will engage them a bit more, whereas a non-humorous advert may not engage them as much. It also probably most likely appeal to a larger variety of people, being as it's quite humorous, as it's not really an adult or anything like that sort of humorous. It's just flatland, like slapstick sort of humorous. This idea is also given off in the billboard print advert, as the character is displayed from the TV. So a picture of Ramon's displayed on the advert, and he's denoted in the print advert, and is running through Egypt, leaving a dust trail, connoting that he has run all the way to Egypt through the high energy that he had. Call to action. So the main mechanism of our advert would most likely be for the viewer or the consumer to make a purchase, as across both of our print adverts there is no display of any social media or use of telephone links. Therefore, the most likely mechanism for the viewer to be influenced by the advert into going and making a purchase of the advertised product, and via this, the word would be spread of the chocolate and its taste, flavour, etc., eventually resulting in a herd mentality effect of a large mass of people buying it because everyone else is buying it. A website or company name is displayed in both the adverts at the bottom right of each advert, which is Cadbury's, and it's going to push people into Cadbury's site to conduct their own research towards their actual new, updated version of the Boost Bar themselves.
The overall approach of our advert was through humour and comedy, as humour appeals to a huge variety of audiences. Therefore, by using humour in the approach of our advert, it will show the advert to reach out. It will allow the advert to reach out far more people than if it were not humorous. We also had the approach to keep the same actor from the TV advert in at least one of the print adverts, as it would result in the consumer associating the entire advert campaign with a specific character, especially through the humour that he conveys throughout the adverts. One area we focus on with the television advert is making the audience aware that Cadbury's Boost Bar is out there. And one way we did this is by giving the actual pack of the Boost Bar a large amount of screen time. Overall, the Boost Bar is displayed in the advert for 7 seconds of our 30-second advert, which is a large chunk of the advert in itself. And by having the Boost Bar displayed this much, it connotes to the viewer that this is what is being advertised, as this is what gives the character in the advert the energy to run fast as he does. The way we focus on this was through the shots that we took of the Boost Bar itself, as by giving screen time to the actual product, it would easily allow the viewer to realize that the advert is about going fast, and the humour throughout the advert to keep the viewer engaged in the advert. This method meets with the pre-production very well to an extent, as we had planned for the character to pick up the Boost Bar, eat it as he runs a lot faster, which is what occurs in the advert. However, we had originally planned to do was to have a race between 3 people. Yeah, we had planned out to back up, which resulted in being our fully finished television advertisement.
The technical analysis for the print advert 1, where an area we focused for the print advert was similar to the television advert, as we focused on having a pack shot take up the large amount of space and time, like in the TV advert it takes up around 7 seconds of the actual advert itself, and in the print advert we highlighted it with the pack shot with a glowing outline, as we use this as a technique, as the TV advert both share the same character model which is displayed. So we decided to also keep the same technique of using a pack shot to take up a large proportion of the advert, as it makes it easier for someone to see what the advert is actually about and associate the specific adverts with one another. A pre-production technique that we had planned to implement in the print advert 1 was to have a specific objects and text highlighted, so they stood out from the rest of the poster and people would easily notice that more than the rest of the poster. Whilst the rest of the adverts use like the same character and model, because it allows them to reassociate the actual advert, TV advert, with the print advert. This will help to actually help the viewer appeal to the print advert much more, because they'll associate the humour from the TV advert with the actual print advert itself. And as shown as shown in the print advert, this has been met effectively of our aims. The print advert number 2, one of the areas we decided to focus on for this advert was through the connotations we used and the main connotation we were giving off. Via the model lifting the boost, which was me, lifting the boost bar as if it were a weight and struggling to do so. We decided to do that because we decided to use the word, like the line, full of energy quite literally. So by using that as a literal stance, which is shown by the character model showing clear struggle to lift the boost bar. This shows the aim of our product as being filled with energy, and by doing this it allows consumers to link the adverts together, as when they think about the energy that the bar is given out, they will refer to both the TV advert and the print advert 1, which then will result in the consumer being humoured by the advert because they're associating it again with the TV advert and the print advert 1, which are also both associated with one another. However, despite this, we had planned a technique of which was similar to print advert 1, which would have a large pack shot displayed at the top of the advert. However, I do believe that the new finalised version has a much more effective and valuable technique, as it creates a strong link between the adverts, which will result in a far more effective advertisement campaign.
I like how you had an introduction here. Like, you didn't go straight into Ramon running. And you sped it up, which is good. But here, you see when he stops running and the music stops, you should add an effect. Like, you see when, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, in movies it has it a lot. Anyway, you should just add like a sound effect to
like
show that
like
he's stopping.
cricket sort of
yeah,
thing,
yeah. And what else? Yeah, I like the different, is it angles? 'Cause you've done one at the bottom and then you done, I don't know what to call it.
like a POV shot.
Yeah, like the camera is on him and you're showing him where he's going. Yeah, I like that. And the different countries, I like the different countries, shows that the chocolate bar can go all around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like how the slogan rhymes with the, yeah,
The
I want to go
actual
far,
bar, yeah.
that would be smart, yeah, I like that. When I use the same font and the same colour, it shows that it's linked together. And the same with this, the Cadbury sign at the bottom. And you show the actual bar in this one, so people know what they're looking at. Because if you didn't have it in there, people would just be like, okay, Cadbury, there's a lot of Cadbury bars. Like, which one am I supposed to have?
I really, really like your advert. You know, for the part where you stop the, oh my god, you stop the music and it's like awkward and runs under it. That's very funny.
Yeah, and I like the whole running concept and how
Very funny.
yeah, I like the whole running concept and like look like at the end you're running
Like
at
all
different
your
places.
effects and the green screen
Like
and the
here.
zoom in.
You're in different places.
It's
I
great.
loved it. And the ending bit,
Thank you.
this bit was
Artistic,
funny when my
almost,
mum
you know
was
what I mean?
talking. That was funny. So it's got humour in it as well.
And you said your slogan, and you didn't write it, and you put the boost bar right
And
there.
because your running relates to boost and fast and speed, so I like the whole idea. It's good.
One improvement though. Sorry guys, but I've got your last basically clip is this, and it's just that you could, I don't know what you want to do, sazz it up a bit. You know, yeah. That's all. And then these, they're great. I love how you've put the boost bar in as it's a weight, so you're working out. Yeah, that's very smart. Improvement though, the clothing. It's alright.
On a bit of gym.
This one, I really like how you've made the smoke come from Ramon's running to act like he's running really fast. It's really funny. And you've got both your slogans, want to go far, eat a boost bar, and then you've got the Cadbury logo in the corner just to illustrate that it's Cadbury. Yeah. That's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like how you've done
It's great.
wanna go far, eat boost. So like it looks
Eat
like
a
they're
boost
training.
bar. You gotta say it all. Cause
So it looks like they're training to run. Like that's actually a good idea. And there, I like how I said that Ramon's running. Like it looks like he's running fast, and it relates to the whole boost concept. But yeah,
Cool.
it's good.
But I like the advert. Well, at the start of the advert, you show your chocolate bar and like you actually opening it at the start, and like throughout the advert, you show it multiple times, so the audience know what it looks like and the product they can purchase.
I like the fact that around here it was really funny because you were running and then you had a barrier to face, which was I found really funny, and I like the use of green screen here when you're running through different places and you stop at one place, which I found really funny.
Yeah. And then at the end, where we actually speak in the advert, it shows like the commentary. So it's someone's voice talking about that chocolate bar itself. So that I found that good and effective.
Yeah. Mine's did the print advert. I like this one because it's really funny, and the text relates to the boost bar, and you have the Cadbury logo at the bottom to show that it's Cadbury, and it's funny as well because you're sitting down having a workout with a boost bar, which is really funny. And this relates to the TV advert because you have scenes where you're running through different places, so it makes sense that you have it.
And I like how both print adverts are like showing you that you're working out and doing some sort of exercise because of the boost bar, and it shows that if you have a boost bar that you'll be motivated to do work like exercise and stuff. And yeah, I found that really good.
Okay, well I think the first thing that I actually like is the way that you use the effect with the obviously you sped up you running across, which shows and symbolises how the boost bar can make you feel. You was also able to use, when you was running, using the point of view of you running across and the effect. I think that was also good as well. The music as well really goes with the theme of the advert, and I also like the end effect where it looks as if you've been running for a long time, and the background also goes a lot well with it as well. It looks like you've just gone in like a really fast stage to the point where it's like you can't even really see what's going on. But yeah, I do think that overall your TV advert is very good. Very good. Your print advert, I think that the first one is really good, as you are able to see that it links with the TV advert, and you've been able to use the same model. So again, really makes it easy for the audience to see what that advert goes with. The second print advert, I think, shows and gives another shows an effect of how the boost bar, again, and what the fact that the boost bar can give you some energy, and the idea of it being in the gym, again, it all goes with the theme. So yeah, I think all of your adverts are very professionally done and have a lot of profession.
Okay, I like how your advert flows. I think it makes sense, the order it's going in.
I like the way your advert's very humorous. That's a good technique in terms of grabbing the audience's attention, and I like the way it links with strength, because the word boost kind of promotes, sort of sports and that sort of stuff, and yeah, and the whole advertisement has been based on like running, so the chocolate bar, kind of portrays the fact that if you eat it, you're going to have a boost of energy or something like that, and you've linked that with your advert, which is really good.
I like how your print advert links to your digital advert.
I think both digital adverts have had, both print and digital adverts, they all include humour, which is good, especially for even grabbing kids' attention as well. It's really good. And the fact that you're using a boost bar as one of the dumbbells, that's quite funny as well. So, yeah, it's good.